Hey boys and girls, this is Wild Man Willis here. I'm doing a review of Wrestlemania 38 Night 2. And all I gotta say is Night 2 was not as nearly as good as Night 1. Actually, Night 2 was kinda stale. To me, this just proves that they don't have enough creativity for 2 nights straight. It feels like either they put all the baskets in one night and hoping the next night does better, but I don't know what was going on with this night, but a lot of the matches on there felt like filler, just wasn't that exciting or didn't live up to expectation. I was very disappointed in the AJ Styles versus Edge match. It felt like AJ had to slow down for Edge because I don't think Edge can keep up with AJ Styles' pace, and it showed. So just let me go over the show. We had a triple threat for the Raw Tag Team titles. It was RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. This was just a match that you could have seen on a Raw and a SmackDown. The only thing cool about it was the RKO's that Riddle and Randy Orton hit at the end of the match. Other than that, it was a forgettable match. Then the match that made no sense to me whatsoever, Bobby Lashley versus Almost. They've been building up Almost for the longest time, only for him to lose 6 minutes to Bobby Lashley after Bobby Lashley is just coming off an injury. That makes no sense to me. They done put all this big build up on Almost, and they just threw it away like a fart in church. That made no sense to me whatsoever. I don't understand the logic in that one. Then they had Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn, and this was like watching Jackass and Looney Tunes all mixed up with one, especially near the end of the match. They came out with a giant mousetrap. They were doing all kind of crazy stuff that you would see on Jackass, but that just makes Sami Zayn not a credible wrestler at all, because he got beat by a Hollywood star that was only like 170 pounds, but it did take a lot of people to distract him and shit, so he can get away with that. But yeah, that was fun to watch. I wasn't expecting nothing out of it, but it was fun. Then they had the Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag team title. That match only lasted about 10 minutes, and that wasn't all that great either. That's something that you could have seen on Raw and SmackDown, and you probably had seen the combinations of these women for the most time. But they did give it to Sasha Banks and Naomi. They didn't drag it out. The longest match on the card was actually Edge versus AJ Styles, and you can feel every bit of that match. I was so looking forward to this match, and it was kind of fell flat in my eyes. That's just how I feel about that match. Then they had, for no reason, because it didn't happen the other day, yesterday, Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus the New Day. Match only lasted less than 2 minutes. That was a waste of time. Then Pat McAfee beat Austin Theory, which was a fun match. Everybody was behind Pat McAfee more than they was behind anybody else on night 2. He won the match, but then we got another match. We had Vince McMahon coming out, taking off his shirt, looking like Vulture Man from off of Thundercats. That's exactly who he looked like. And that only lasted about 3 minutes, but Mr. McMahon won because Austin Theory was messing in that whole 3-minute match. But the highlight of that, and the savior of night 2, in my eyes, is Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out there, stunning Austin Theory. Austin Theory sold the hell out of that stunner. And then he tried to stun Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon was too scared to take the stunner, and he stumbled and everything before Austin had a chance to put him in it right. Total botch at Wrestlemania. Vince, just don't do that no more. Just stay in the back. Then we had Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for both the titles. They didn't drag this match out, but the match basically ended in a fart in church, basically. It was so anticlimactic. We all knew Roman was going to win, so that kind of took the fun out of the whole match. There was no type of struggle for real. And it seemed like they're going to run this match back again at SummerSlam, in my eyes. This is not the last time we're going to see this match. It's as short as it was. So, I don't know why it was so short. I was glad it wasn't the 30-minute match I thought it was going to be. It was 12 minutes. And good. They did what they wanted to do. They got Roman as double champion. So, that's what they wanted to do. So, good for them. This is Wild Man Will signing off. See you next time.